Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends and subscribers. This is Mahmoud Sheikh, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create um, a filter kind of functionality using two drop downs. Okay, this is the small uh, project that I have created to show how to filter records based on drop down values. If I select first and male, okay, you will see name Ajay, first, standard and male. If I select second and select female, then it will display Pooja, second, standard and female. If I select fourth and female, it will display Aditi, fourth and female. Okay, so in this video I will show you how to create this kind of filtering functionality using PHP Codeigniter. Most of the projects which you will be doing with PHP Codeigniter requires you to create this kind of drop downs where you need to filter based on some criteria and display some records from the database. These values, both standard and gender, are coming from databases. I have a database here where I have created a gender table, and I have uh, male and female entries in my gender table, and there is another table with the name of friends where I have stored uh, fields like friend name, standard and gender. Okay, and these are the foreign keys for standard to map for standard and genders. Okay, so let's uh, start coding our program. Okay. First of all, you need to download a Codeigniter from internet. Here I have downloaded it. Codeigniter 2.2.6 I have downloaded. You can easily download it from the internet. Once you download it, the Codeigniter framework, go to your C drive, and inside C drive open a XAMPP folder, and inside XAMPP you will get htdocs folder. Inside this folder paste your Codeigniter project and rename it with whatever name you want to give it to it. I have given it as tutorial. Okay, once you copied your project inside your htdocs, open your editor. Okay, open your here inside your editor, you have to import your Codeigniter project. Here in my case, my project is tutorial, and I have imported it in my editor. And first of all, you need to do some configuration settings. Just go to config folder and click on auto load file. Here you need to import some libraries. Here you need to load a few libraries like form validation and database. Since we are dealing here with database, we have stored some of our values in our database. That's why we need to use database libraries. Okay. Here there is no need of using form validation library because we are not working with validation here. And apart from this, you also need to load helper classes like URL and form, without which its Codeigniter will throw you an error. Okay, once you do all these settings, then go to database file. Here you need to enter your database settings. What is your host name, username, database name? Okay, once you set all these important settings, then you need to go to your view, and inside your view uh, you need to create one view file with the name of users list. Okay, right click on the view folder and click on new file. Save it as by pressing Ctrl S, users list dot php. Okay, now type in HTML. Okay, save it, and now come to here, and here you need to create two drop downs. Select name as standard ID, option value, then select and and create one more drop down, copy the entire code and paste again, and make it as gender. Okay, and then select, copy this, paste here, option 1, option 2. Okay, save it. Again, all this both of these drop downs will contain the values coming from the database. Okay, we need to write PHP code to get the standard and gender from the database. Yes, let's go to our browser, type in, okay, enter. Okay, this load view, users list, okay, save it. Okay, now it's showing. Okay, option 1, option 2. Okay, copy, paste it, option 2, and at the end PHP echo form submit, name as submit, comma value records, comma class. Okay, there's no need of any class here. Save it. Okay, now refresh. Okay, okay, now echo form open, copy, paste, form close, welcome slash get records. Okay, get record is a function inside welcome controller. Copy this function, public function, paste it. Okay, let's check. Hello, save it, refresh, and then click on submit. Okay, I'm redirecting to get records function inside welcome controller. Okay, now I should go to queries model to get the standards, public function get standards. Okay. I'll write dollar query equals to dollar this db of db get tvl standards. Okay, I'll check whether this tvl standard table is having any records or not. If dollar query of num rows greater than 0, I'm checking here if there is tvl standard table is having any records. If it has records, then I'm returning dollar query of results. Okay, dollar query of result. This function will return standards, all the standards from our database. And now I want gender also. Copy this entire function, paste it here, make it as get gender from tvl gender. Okay, now let's come to users list. Okay, here to our controller, and here dollar this load model dollar get standards equals to dollar this queries of this function. Copy, paste it here, and copy this entire statement, make it as gender, copy, paste here. Okay, now we have to pass these two values here. Copy, paste again, copy this entire, paste again, make it as gender, get gender. Okay, now let us check whether we are getting the values or not. Print r of get standards and copy again. Okay, exit. Now refresh. Okay, front variable model get standards, call to a member function get standards on a non-object. Welcome controller line 8. Okay, paste here. Okay, I'm getting both the objects, both standards and genders. Delete this. Let's go to users list. Here PHP if count of standards copy and if else PHP and for each. Okay, now we need to start our for each. For each standards as dollar standard. Okay, Now cut this, paste it here. PHP echo of standard of standard ID, and here delete this, copy this, paste here, it as standard name. Now and copy this entire if, paste it here, copy, paste here, gender of ID, gender. Okay, now let's see whether we are getting any results or not. Okay, yes, we are getting these values from database now. Okay, previously we had option 1 and option 2 inside these dropdowns. Now we are fetching the data from standard table and gender table. Okay, now when I click on this, it should take me to this get records function, where I'll be displaying the records of my friends. Okay, now let's go to our controller. Okay, here this, let's copy this model, paste it here. Okay. And here we need to take the values that have been posted from here. Okay, suppose I'm selecting first and gender as male, then I should take these values into my controller. So how we are going to do it? So let's dollar standard equals to this input post of standard ID. Sorry, okay, this standard ID should be same whatever we have given name here to first dropdown. Okay, the name of the first dropdown should equal to this post ID. Okay, so this means that whenever a user select any standard from here, that value that refers to this variable, and automatically this variable will get passed here and stored inside this variable called standard. Okay, similarly we need to do for gender. Okay, see here also I have taken gender as a name. That's why I have to take gender here also. And dollar, we need to pass these two also, because whenever I'll be clicking by selecting standards and male, whenever I click on this, I am there also I have to display these two, both of these drop downs with the field values. That's why I have to take the same functions here also. Then dollar records equals to dollar this of queries get records of copy paste standard and gender. Okay, let's first check what these values are holding, what data these values are holding. Okay. Copy, paste here, and this copy, exit. Okay, select second male. Okay, I'm getting second 1. That means this is the ID of second standard and 1 is the ID of male. If I choose fourth and if I can do now, I should get 4 and 2. Yes, I'm getting 4 and 2 IDs. Okay, now till so far everything is going great. Now let's this load view of get. We have to create one more view with a name of get records, and here we need to pass this standard to pass get standards. Okay, let's just copy this, copy and paste. Okay, and also records, copy, paste. Okay, now we need to create this function in our queries. Public function okay, here we need to join 3 tables. Okay, here you can see I have one table as gender, one table as standards, and one another table friends. Okay, here I want the student, I want the name of the student who is in standard 1 and 2, standard 1 and whether he's a female or a male. Okay, so that's why we need to join 3 tables here. First is friends, gender and standards. So let's go and start joining our table. Dollar this db select tvl friends dot id comma. I'll just paste this, copy, paste. I want friend name also from the friend table, friend name, then paste gender from gender table, comma, paste, and ID also make it as gender ID. I have given it as an alias. I have given a rename to gender ID as I have given a name, another name for ID as gender ID, because here um, here also I have an ID. So while fetching the data, it will be in confusion to compare between IDs of friends table and gender table. That's why I have renamed the IDs of TBL gender table to gender ID. Okay, then copy, paste it here. TBL standards of standard name, okay. These many fields are enough, and now this db from TBL friends. Okay, now we need to join friends table with our standards table. tb join TBL standards, comma, copy TBL standards dot standard ID equals to TBL friends dot standard. Okay, here we need to map with our TBL friends uh, standard to TBL standards table standard ID. You can see here we have to map friends table standard with standards table standard ID. Okay. Similarly, we need to join with our gender table. Copy, paste your TBL gender. Copy TBL TBL gender of TBL gender of ID equals to TBL friends of gender. Okay. Then this db where and inside where condition we need to take an array where TBL standards dot standard ID dot standard ID equals to standard comma TBL gender dot ID equals to gender. Okay, dollar query equals to dollar this db get and return dollar query of result. Okay. Okay, now we have joined three of our tables. First is we have joined friends table with our standards and gender table to get the required information. Now let's check second standard mail. Okay, get records. Okay, we don't have get records view, so let's go to our view and create a file name with get records. Okay. Save it. Get records dot php html. Okay. Okay, here we need to copy the same content. Control C and then paste it here. Okay, and what else we need to change is we just have to create a table after this form. br okay table tr ts. Okay, standard p again standard sorry, name, standard, gender. Okay, create one more row and make it as td. Okay, okay, records. Let's first check whether we are getting the records or not. Go print r of these records. Okay, exit. Okay, id 3, id 2, records. This is the record standard in gender. Okay. Okay, I'm getting the records. Friend id 2, friend name Pooja, gender male, gender id 2, and standard name second. Okay, now remove this and come to our get records file. Here PHP if count of copy and paste if count of records PHP and if PHP else. Okay. tr td no records found. Okay, here after that PHP for each copy this dollar records, sorry, dollar records as dollar rec and for each echo dollar record of friend name. Okay, again copy this couple of times, friend name, then standard name, and then gender. Okay, now save it and refresh page. Okay, now I'm getting records. Fourth female. Okay, Aditi name Aditi, standard fourth, and gender female. That's first and male. Okay, I'm getting the records now. This is how we can filter the records. Okay, here I have joined three tables because my information like friend name, standard, and gender are stored inside the three tables because we had some friend name as one table, standard one table, and gender another table. That's why we had to join three tables here inside my queries files. Okay? And by joining these tables we have got some information from three of our table. Okay, this is how we can filter the records. Okay. Saying no records found. If the criteria doesn't get matched, then it will return no records found. Okay. I hope you understand this complete tutorial, and I hope you got lots of useful information how to filter records by using Dropdown, how to join multiple tables using PHP Codeigniter, how to fetch the records from the database, and how to pass the data between different views. Okay, so I hope you like this video. If you enjoy this video, if you get some useful information out of this video, subscribe to my channel and click on like button for this video. Like it and share it with your friends, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.